Hi, welcome to another Taste of Terry. Garbage plates. Today we're going to do the garbage plate sauce. And then in this video we're going to do just the sauce. The rest of it will come later. I have 1 medium onion, a tablespoon of oil, and a clove of garlic all chopped up. We minced up the garlic. You can buy it actually in a jar minced up. But it's a medium onion. That's already in there. It's already cooking. Trying to save you guys some time and not sit here and chop it up in front of you. Cayenne pepper, 3/4 of a teaspoon. Not a tablespoon, but a teaspoon. Then we need a tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, Nick Tahoe's, as I was reading before, is the originator of the garbage plate, okay? That's in Rochester, New York. I love garbage plates. I absolutely love them. Okay, brown sugar is in. Next thing we're going to need, okay, you're going to need later on tomato paste. You're going to need some water. We got the onions tender, making it tender. I figure once we get them tender, you add the hamburger and then cook that. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing the spices now is because while that's cooking, they're already tender. We're going to add in the hamburger while it's cooking. Pound of hamburger. This came from Mapleview. Mapleview small. It's a mini market like gas station. Got some gas while I was there. Al, my man, he's in there. He's the butcher. I got this hamburger. I do believe it was fresh made today. But you know, like I always say, I go to like Walmarts and things like that. But you know, sometimes you like going to the local guy, you know, and seeing what, you know, just to help them out, you know, help the local guys. We got the hamburger going in there. Doesn't that look good? As I already put a tablespoon of brown sugar and 3/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. There are mega spices that go into these. But, you know, that's what make it famous. Nick Tahoe's is a wonderful place. This isn't necessarily his exact recipe, but I know it's pretty close. Close enough to where you won't notice. Okay, now, once this in, you try to get it in there nice and fine. You don't want big chunks of hamburger in there. Another way to do it is if you fry the hamburger first, you can sometimes. And make it so, I'm going to hit it in the blender. I think they use a blender. I don't have a blender, but this is a good way to make it. Okay, so we're spreading the hamburger out in there. It'll be small enough by the time we're done. Okay. You can always smash it with a fork. That'll thin it up. But it's a pound of nice hamburger. Sorry, taking a little bit of time, I know. I'm going to get it in there nice and spread out, not chunked up. Like I said, Mapleview, it's on Route 11 and 104, right here in my area. Nice little store. I got gas while I was there. They have pretty inexpensive gas, believe it or not, too. For a small place, you know, you'd think they'd be like the same, but they're usually a good dime a gallon cheaper than other places I've seen in the area. Maybe even more, actually, in some cases. So that's a nice thing. Okay, now we're getting it in there. And there it is. Oops. And my dogs are in here, Apollo and Bella, looking for scraps. Just started and they're already looking for scraps. Okay. So I'll mix that up a little bit. Try to keep it chopped up. We'll let that cook there until the meat becomes brown. And then we're going to go on to the spices we've got. Okay, we already put the brown sugar, the cayenne pepper. Now we're going to put the black pepper in. I'll put that on later. Here we have it, so the tops just do not want to come off. So we need a teaspoon of black pepper. My teaspoon measure is missing. Must have got lost when I was washing them and got put in a drawer in the kitchen. So we're going to use 2 half teaspoons of pepper. Sorry about that. I looked back, I saw everything up there. I'm like, okay, are they over here? Are they over here? Nope, they're not. Okay, so we're up to now chili powder. That's another teaspoon. Most all this is a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half, things like that. We are going to put a teaspoon of chili powder in this. So, which is 2 of these half teaspoons. We're going to try to do this quick for you, so the video won't take too long. Okay. Once that's in there now, next thing we're going to add is the paprika. Where is the paprika? I have it. Oh, there it is. Paprika. Oops, I didn't put the shaker tops back on. Oops. Okay, this is 1.5 teaspoons, so it'll be 3 of these. 1.5 teaspoons of paprika. There you go. That's all in there. Why don't I get this out of the way? We don't need the trash, do we? I'm going to leave that open because I don't want to. Ground cumin. Now, I just bought this, so there's going to be a little label thing on it. Okay. Like I said, there's like 4 or 5 more spices that are going in this. Now, this is only 1/2 teaspoon. Oh my Lord, talk about childproof. So I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon of that in there. Hamburger is still cooking, as you can see. I'll put the lids on later. I'll put the wrong one on the wrong top. Okay. Oh, they're barking. And where is the ground up? Allspice. This is new too, so I'm going to have to actually probably pop the thing off of this too. Allspice, we got another 1/2 teaspoon on there. About 1/2 teaspoon. There are so many spices that go into this. It is just amazing. Okay, so now that's open. See, I didn't have a lot of these spices. You may not have. You might have to go get them. But, you know, I need cinnamon next. Cinnamon I've had. This is like 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, cinnamon I've had because I make a lot of things with cinnamon. So we're going to get about 1/4, which is about 1/2 of that. Put that in. I'm going to have all my caps mixed up. Oh, that don't go on that one. And we have allspice and ground clove is next. 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. This was already opened. I used it for, I think, pumpkin pie once. Allspice. Ground clove is another 1/2 teaspoon. This is another new one. Now, Walmart had these on sale, or not on sale. Walmart has these. Now, some of it was a little more expensive. I think this is the last of the spices outside of the salt and pepper. Okay. And 1/2 teaspoon of that. That's why I'm glad I got 1/2 teaspoon here because, you know, the oil is about 1 tablespoon of oil because most of it's half. Okay, let's pop this open again. Mix it up some. We'll get it cooked up, fried up really good. I chop it at the same time while you're mixing it. Okay. Now, the key, another thing is you want to say, okay, we're going to drain the meat sauce out of here. We are not. The hamburger, the juice from the hamburger is staying. Okay, it is not going anywhere. Okay, now we got all the spices here. We're going to mix them up in a second and add them. But they don't get added yet because we're going to have to add the water and the tomato paste. Unfortunately, I don't have a little tiny can, 6-ounce can of tomato paste, so I'm just going to use 1/2 can of the 12-ounce. Looks like it's getting cooked up pretty good. Okay, now I got garlic powder, I got clove, everything's in there. Yep, everything I just finished putting in. That's all the spices. Like I said, a lot of spices. Oh, I got it wet. Okay, we'll dry it off. I'll mix it with a wooden spoon because I don't want it to chunk up. Now, I pack in the brown sugar and all. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to mix these together. Okay? Because the hamburger's cooking. The hamburger is about done, and then I'm going to need water and a tomato paste. Now, but if I mix it together right away, you know, it's kind of cool. And where's my... Oh, I didn't put salt in. Sorry. I put the pepper in and didn't put salt in. We're going to add another 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oh no, sorry, teaspoon of salt. Everything else like a half teaspoon. Sorry about that. Helps if I add the salt. Okay, I think I got everything now. Yep. Salt, everything. I got everything. You can't see it, but right over here, there's like a whole rack of like spice rack of spices over here. I just wanted to, I always kind of look and make sure I got it all, you know. Okay, see, we mix that together while the hamburger's cooking. Okay, so then you just dump it in and cook it. Save some time. Okay, now we're gonna add a cup of water. Oop, I got measure back here. We're gonna add a cup of water to this and 6 ounces of tomato paste. Leave the juices in there. So there's a cup of water. Now, if it seems to be too thick after, then we'll add a little more water, but I think we'll be fine. Now we're going to use a half a can of this tomato paste. Maybe a little bit more. If you can get a 6-ounce can, that'll probably be a lot better for you. Okay. But as you can see, it's about half gone. I think you can see. Oh, oops, set this aside. Now, we're going to mix that together. Mix that in with it. And let that cook too. Now once this is all blended and cooked together. Oh, I just spilled. We're going to let that cook now. That's what we're trying to do, get that to cook up now. And you can see it's thickening up some. And that's what we want. I mean, you don't want it really, really watery. Okay? And you don't want it wicked thick either. How many of you have had a garbage plate ever, you know? If you've ever had a garbage plate, you'll know what it looks like. Let me see if I'm mixing from the side here too. I'll make sure I get everything. I know somebody's asked before. I had 2 questions asked before. Why am I sitting down? Well, it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. You can see right into the pan. Also, I broke my foot a few years ago, so it's not a really good foot. Can't stand up like too long. But, okay, now we're going to let that heat up for about 10 minutes, okay? We're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. So I'll turn the heat down a little bit. And we'll let that sit and simmer for 10 minutes. And then I will come back and turn the video back on. And we'll add the spices, okay? So we'll let that simmer and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. There you go. We have already simmered this for 10 minutes. We're going to set that back on there. Now, we are going to add our spices. All these spices right here. We're going to add them all up and we're going to sprinkle them on there. There we go. I'll use 1 spoon and we're going to mix this together. Oh yeah, it's mixing. All the spices, sugars, everything that went in there, it's going in there now. Okay. Now after what we do, we'll get this mixed up really. Man, am I making a mess today. You get these mixed up really good. Okay, once this is all mixed up, we're going to simmer this for 30 minutes, okay? 1/2 hour. Today, I think the word of the day was chimichanga. I was driving my stepdaughter nuts. I just kept saying chimichanga. But now the word is garbage plates. Now, as you can see, there you go. Now, if you want to blend the hamburger, maybe use a masher or something. You can make the hamburger a little smaller, and it'll look more like what a garbage plate sauce looks like. But for me and for now, we're just going to do this and chop it up. Okay. I don't know if I need to come back because I will be coming back because after this video, I'm doing one on making the actual garbage plate items, okay? there is the garbage plate hot sauce, okay? This is going to simmer for another half hour. And then, while this is simmering, I'm going to get ready for the next video. You know when I was talking about how many spices there are in this thing? I wasn't just kidding. Look at that. I've been putting them all up. You can see the stacks of them. Spices and sugars and everything that goes into making this, and salt and brown sugar, and like I said, that is how we make, lost some of the spices in there, the sauce for a garbage plate. Man, does that smell good. So get a look at it. We're gonna let this simmer for a half hour, and we will be back with the actual garbage plate. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Half hours, let it sit. Goodbye.